cheap Morelia Day Trips, Janitzio Island. Are you planning a nice trip to Morelia and you want to take a great day trip? Are you visiting Pátzcuaro near Morelia and you want to see something spectacular? Have you heard of Janitzio Island? If you answered yes to any of these questions, this is your lucky day. This is the video you want to see. We are going to visit Janitzio Island. Let's go. This is really a beautiful trip. What we're going to do to get to the island is we're going to take a nice boat ride. The boat ride takes about 15-20 minutes. It's great. Then once we get to Janitzio Island, we're going to be in this wonderful place and we're going to have the opportunity to walk up many steps. Did I say many steps? Once we get to the top of the island, there's a really fantastic sculpture up there and plazas, and all the way up the steps there are places to buy gifts for our loved ones and eat a lot of food and take many shots of tequila. Now I'm going to tell you up front, this is not a handicapped friendly trip. If you're in a wheelchair, if you really need a cane to get around, if you can't walk up like 5 steps without having almost a heart attack, then this is not the trip for you. For those of you that are still willing to walk up the island mountain, I have a tip at that. There's an easy way to get up and there's a hard way to get up. At the end of this video, I'm going to share with you how I found out the easy and hard ways to get up and down all of those steps. Let's take the trip. Now, for those of you that don't know, Janitzio is an island off of Pátzcuaro, and Pátzcuaro is a city as well as a lake. And you can see Morelia, it's about an hour from Morelia to Pátzcuaro. You can see Guadalajara up top. We're about a 3.5 hour drive from Guadalajara. So I'm going to write down Pátzcuaro, and I'm going to write down the name of the island, and I'm going to take the bus. I'm going to go to the bus station and give them the piece of paper that says Pátzcuaro, and they're going to put me on a bus. It's going to take me 1 hour to get there, and once I get there, I'm going to show them the piece of paper that has the name of the island on it so that I can give the taxi driver that name so that they can take me to the boat station where I can get the boat. And in the middle of the map, you can see Janitzio Island. That's where we're going, and it's going to be a good time. So the taxi driver takes me to the land of the boats, and only one of those boats is going to go to the island. I don't know why there are so many, but I get on the boat. I think this is a Tuesday morning around 10:30. And look at all the people on the boat. If you're going to take pictures, try to get there a little early and sit at the very front of the boat to take pictures. And on the way back, sit at the very back so you can get a very good, clear picture of the island and the sights. The boat ride is going to be very peaceful, and we're headed to Janitzio Island. And it's, like I said, it's on Lake Pátzcuaro in Michoacán, Mexico, that has a very rich history that's intertwined with the indigenous Purépecha culture as well as Spanish culture. And it's supposed to be a hot spot for the Day of the Dead festival. You can see the waters are very still. You're going to see egrets, beautiful mountains surrounding you. And along with this island, there are 3 or 4 other islands where actually people do live on. And people live on the island that they're visiting, population about 2,000. So again, people actually live on this island. You're going to see them in a minute. I don't know if I could do it. I think if you were an artist or a writer and you just wanted to get away for a while, they have everything on the island, churches, Wi-Fi, electricity. We get off the boat and we start our ascension to the top. Again, this is a Tuesday or a Thursday. It's around 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. I would think that in the evenings or on the weekends, this would be packed with people eating and drinking and singing and listening to music. So while we're at the bottom now, getting ready to walk up the steps, well, you can see the homes of the people, and many of the homes are very modern, and you can see people's laundry drying on their porches. But as we ascend to the top of the mountain, for all of the this is a drone shot. So for all of the up, you see, we're going to walk all of that up, and up. But yeah, what they say, 1,000 to 2,000 people live on the island, and soon you're going to see all of the shops with the fruits and vegetables and assorted gift shops that you can visit to get things for the people that you love. And there is the statue Morelius. So you can see we're beginning up the steps. You can see all of the shops, and you can see the people dressed in their purépecha clothing, but it's all the way up. Lots of shops and lots of very clean restaurants. Look at the restaurants there. Of course, nobody's there during the week. It's like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, but it's just another restaurant, nobody inside, but just shop, and eat, and drink tequila until you get to the very top, so you can see the statue of Morelia. And those steps say these are the steps up to the principal plaza, and you just keep on plowing, keep on going higher, like Sly and the Family Stone, take you higher. But there were lots of little places to stop where you could just sit down and take a little break and breathe a little bit, and you could look where you came from, and you can look up and see where you're going. And again, many beautiful restaurants, nice and clean, with great views and fabulous traditional food, just waiting for you to join in. So finally, we make it to the top, and there are plazas on the top. Of course, the statue of Morelius, and his name is actually Jose Maria Morelios. But up here, beautiful views. There are places to eat, and there's a big plaque in front of the statue right between the cannons. Please leave a comment. Tell us what you think. If you like the video, hey, click the like button. If you know somebody that's looking for a great day trip from Pátzcuaro or Morelia, click the share button. So here is the main man of the island. His name is Jose Maria Morelios, and he was one of the kings of the War of Independence with Miguel Hidalgo. And here's the tablet right below his statue, and it is a excerpt from a famous speech that he gave called Sentiments of the Nation, that was delivered on September 14th of 1813. And here, one of the things it says that everyone who complains with justice shall have a tribunal that hears, protects, and defends them against the strong and the arbitrary. Here's a view of some of the other islands close to this island. And you can see there are many houses. People live on those islands also. And it looks like the people must be kind of wealthy living there. Here's a shot looking down. You can see right where the two guys are. That's a graveyard there. So yeah, they have 1,000, 2,000 people living up here, but they have a graveyard for people that are dying up there also, and see the people's houses and their laundry and their views of the lake. We have a new Facebook group. It's called Mexico Expats Living in Mexico, Bill Dallas Lewis. Come share your stories, ask your questions, leave your comments. There's a link in the description below. At the beginning of this video, I shared with you that there was an easy way to get up the steps and a hard way to get up and down the steps. I took the hard way up the steps. I had no clue. I didn't know any better. I got to the top, saw the statue, walked around the plazas, and it was time to come down. I got to the steps to go down, and it freaked me out. It looked like the steps in the movie The Exorcist. I've been to those steps in real life. They're in Georgetown. I've seen them in the nighttime and the daytime, and they're as scary as they are in the movie. So I turn sideways and I start walking sideways down the step. There's no guardrail to hang on to. And I'm going one step at a time, very slow, very slow. It looked like a million steps. I could just see me taking the wrong step and falling, breaking one arm, one leg at a time before finally I broke my neck and died. Then I heard a voice from behind me. Something was saying, "Amigo, amigo, amigo." I turned around and there was this sweet young Mexican girl standing behind me. She looked like she might have been 7 or 8 years old. And she said, "Don't go that way. It's real easier to go that way over there." So I started walking towards where her finger was pointing. And sure enough, there was like a spiraling sidewalk that avoided all the steps, and it made it very easy to walk down. I'm sure it made it much easier in walking up. So before we go, let's look at the courtyards at the top with the statue. And for what it's worth, you can go into the statue and take these spiral steps that go up to the arm of the statue and look at the view from up there. But I'd already had too many steps, so I did not partake of that. We go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Click that subscribe button and you'll get a notification, and you can join us and ask questions and share your thoughts about the joys of living in Mexico. Thank you so very much for joining us on this excursion today. We have many more videos to come. Click that subscribe button and we'll see you in the next video.